Welcome to our video about the sacred spaces of temples and shrines in ancient Chinese religion. In this video, we'll explore the importance of these holy sites in ancient China and how they served as gateways to the divine. We'll take a look at some of the most famous temples and shrines, including the Temple of Heaven and the Shaolin Temple, and learn about their unique architecture and religious significance. We'll also delve into the different religious traditions that utilize these sacred spaces, such as Taoism, Confucianism, and Buddhism. Join us on this journey through ancient China as we uncover the mysteries of these sacred sites and discover the rich spiritual heritage of this fascinating culture. In ancient China, religion played a significant role in people's lives. Temples and shrines were considered sacred spaces where people could connect with their spiritual beliefs and practices. These holy sites were often built in beautiful locations, such as mountains or near rivers, and were considered to be gateways to the divine. One of the most famous temples in ancient China was the Temple of Heaven in Beijing. This temple was built during the Ming Dynasty and was used by emperors to offer sacrifices to the gods. The temple's architecture is a blend of Taoist and Confucian styles, reflecting the religious beliefs of the time. Another famous temple was the Shaolin Temple in Hunan Province. This temple was built during the Northern Wei Dynasty and is famous for its association with Chinese martial arts. It is said that the temple was founded by the Indian monk Bodhidharma, who introduced Chan Buddhism to China. In addition to temples, ancient China also had many shrines, which were smaller structures dedicated to local deities. These shrines were often located in villages and towns and were used for offerings and prayers by local people. Many of these shrines were built in natural settings, such as groves of trees or on the banks of rivers. The use of temples and shrines in ancient Chinese religion was not limited to one particular belief system. Instead, different temples and shrines were associated with different religious traditions, including Taoism, Confucianism, and Buddhism. Each of these traditions had its own unique beliefs and practices, but they shared a common reverence for the divine and the use of sacred spaces to connect with the spiritual realm. Today, many of these ancient temples and shrines still stand as cultural and religious landmarks in China. They serve as reminders of the rich religious traditions of ancient China and continue to attract visitors from all over the world who seek to connect with the country's spiritual past. That's all for our video on the sacred spaces of temples and shrines in ancient Chinese religion. We hope you enjoyed learning about the religious traditions and beliefs of ancient China, and how they were manifested in these beautiful and awe-inspiring structures. From the grandeur of the Temple of Heaven to the simplicity of local shrines, these sacred spaces were integral to the spiritual lives of the Chinese people. They continue to stand as cultural and religious landmarks today, reminding us of the rich heritage and traditions of this fascinating culture. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.